We get ready now for Ricky Story and Nathan Coy, who probably backstage just barely had a chance to catch their breath. That Jansen Burnett fight went so quickly. Story comes in here, a young pro himself, a 1-1 record, and Nathan Coy, a great wrestler at Oregon State, making his pro debut.
My name is Nathan Coy. My fighting style is combat wrestling.
I'm Ricky Story. My fighting style is mainly wrestling.
He doesn't wrestle with us, he doesn't fight with us, and if you don't fight with us and you're wrestling, you make a mistake.
He's an accomplished wrestler. I'm an accomplished wrestler, and it's going to make for an exciting fight.
I think what happens is when I get in the ring, I think instincts will take over. All I know is to make him tired, make him not want any part of you.
I see it going in my favor. He doesn't have as many fights under his belt.
KO is what I want. That's what I've been working for.
I plan on going out there and making it a brawl.
And here comes Ricky, the horror Story. A wrestler out of the Braveheart Gym, Gresham, Oregon area. What a real surprise, huh? Another good wrestler here in the state of Oregon into mixed martial arts as Story makes his way to the ring.
Finished second in the NAIA National Wrestling Tournament, so he's got some good wrestling skills. He doesn't have any KOs on his record. Favorite submission armbar, and watch out, he's a lefty, so he's unorthodox. And for these youngsters, dealing with a left-hander can sometimes be a problem the first time out.
This is just his third professional fight, a record of 1-1 coming in. So he doesn't have that much more experience than his opponent, Nathan Coy. We'll see if Story is able to out-wrestle a great wrestler, or will he try a surprise and maybe throw some punches early on?
I think Story's going to try to keep this standing.
Because here comes Nathan Coy, a great wrestler, an All-American wrestler at Oregon State. He is making his pro debut, 1-0 as an amateur, so good that he decided to just jump right out, move on to the pro ranks after winning that first one. And as you can see, a very different looking Nathan Coy than the one we saw at the weigh-in yesterday.
And just to give you an idea of his wrestling skills, he took out Josh Koscheck in a wrestling match back in college, and Koscheck obviously done well in MMA. I am sure Nathan Coy is looking to do the same thing and follow that same path.
He worked pretty hard on that beard and hair after yesterday, didn't he? He looked like he'd been living in the mountains for about the last month or two, and now he's clean shaven all the way around as we take a look at the tail of the tape. And again, it's pretty identical here. 1-1 pro record for Story. Now this is the first pro fight for Coy. He was 1-0 as an amateur. Again, we talk about a great NAIA wrestler in Story, a great NCAA wrestler in Coy. And now let's go back to Tim.
It is time for the welterweights and a professional matchup of two very powerful wrestlers. First, in the blue corner, he represents Braveheart Mixed Martial Arts and comes in with 1 win and 1 loss. At 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in at 170 pounds. Please welcome Ricky the Horror Story. His opponent tonight, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyler training with Team Quest. He makes his professional debut tonight inside the ropes of Sport Fight. At 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in at fight time at 170½ pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Nathan Coy. Your referee for about scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, Dave Hagan.
All right, gentlemen, we already talked about the rules. Want a good, clean fight, protect yourselves at all times. Go back to your corner, touch up.
You heard the ovation for both fighters, especially for that guy, Nathan Coy. There aren't too many places in this country that have more respect and appreciation for good collegiate wrestlers than the Pacific Northwest area. I mean, Oklahoma, Iowa, some parts of the Midwest, but they understand and know just how good these wrestlers are. And it's Coy right away pushing Story back against the ropes.
Double underhook's got a nice bear hug here. And if I had to say it, you know, NCAA All-American rates higher than an NAIA All-American, only because of the level of competition.
Trying to reverse things here is Story as he sprawls out and pushes back on Coy.
Well, Coy has an opportunity now. Deep bear hug. He was with his back against the rope, meaning he could move forward, but now it's back to Story against the rope. And he can lean away to keep from being taken down, and he can hook the rope with his foot. That was nice.
There he's able to get Story down. Story moving around quickly on the ground. This was a fight coming in. You wonder what the over-under would be in number of punches landed in this fight with two good collegiate wrestlers going at it in young pro careers.
And here comes, wow, he's going for the arm bar. Story's
He's working
got
hard.
The arm bar set up, but
Story had it, but pulling right out of it as he just stood right up as Coy. Coy just stood right up and out of that. Even though this is pro debut, I'm not sure that Story's going to show Coy anything that he hasn't already seen in training or obviously in his amateur career.
well, he's doing a nice job of guard. That was a good right hand by Coy, but he's not getting hit very much.
Coy pressing down hard now with that right elbow against Story's head. Dave Hagan, you heard him say there, he's going to, hey, stand them up if they don't get things going here. And now they will stand up.
That was an awful lot of work for only one punch. But he did score with the takedown.
Well, they appreciate good wrestling here, but once again, they'd like to see a few punches thrown between these two.
And the southpaw here, Story now starting to unleash some leather.
Story charging in against the ropes, a knee that was dangerously close to being low.
Story feels though
And
that
apparently it was. Time's called by Dave Hagan, and Story's going to a neutral corner.
no foul. An intentional knee, and they start again. Once again, Ricky Story told me that he feels he's got the better striking.
Entire first round up till now. Reaching out is Coy. Trying to bull rush in there once again is Story. Yeah, Ricky Story looks good, doesn't he? Knee by Coy. Crowd loves Coy here. They're going to react to just about anything. He swung and missed with that punch, and Story comes back and delivers a kick, and yet another one. Both with southpaw styles. Coy fakes to shoot in.
There, he's reaching out and getting him again. Doing a nice job, and now Coy covering up.
Moving into the corner is Story. Hey, Story works a little more on this stand-up game. He's going to be really tough.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing here from Story. Coy's doing a good job, but Story's striking seems crisper.
Yeah, if he got a little better on that punching, worked a little bit more with boxing, because his intentions are really good, and he certainly has the ability to throw some punches. Hasn't gotten that big one in yet on Coy.
Quick little drop down to the leg, but Coy ready for it. Dominating bear hug, but
Coy trying to get him
off.
down. It wouldn't work, and instead Story's back throwing punches and getting the uppercut. Got two nice uppercuts in. Misses with that last one, but continues to swing away. Final seconds of first round. Ricky Story looking impressive here.
And a great first round.
The crowd is appreciative as you see the marks on Nathan Coy here in his pro debut. He took some punches, including here at the end of this first round by Ricky Story. Look at Story keep moving forward with his punches and especially get some uppercuts in there along the way.
Those weren't bombs, but those were effective punches. You can see a little mark under the eye there on Story, and same with Coy. Those two traded some pretty good leather. I give that round to Story.
I agree, and compliments to Dave Hagen, the referee, for standing him up early when not much action was taking place on the ground, and both guys seemed comfortable and ready to go at it in the standing position the rest of that first round.
Once again, watch out for the fake double leg with that big overhand right to follow from Coy.
Here we go with round two. Story pacing early here. Exchanging punches. Story will have the advantage, it looks like. Coy trying to get this back on the ground, and he's about ready to do so.
Here comes the bomb. Here comes the bomb.
And the crowd anticipates.
Bam! There is no defense for gravity. You're coming down if he flips you over that way. Nice job by Coy. Good penetration on his shot. His head was protected. He finished nicely.
Let's see what Coy now can do on the ground. A two-time All-American at Oregon State University.
Half guard right now, actually butterfly guard by Story, and nice attempt at a sweep, and he gives up side mount now. Good position to strike from if Nathan Coy can get upright, posture up.
And you wonder about the striking ability. We'll see what kind of punching power that Nathan Coy has. No doubt about his wrestling ability. Great collegiate career, 1-0 as an amateur, moved right into the pro ranks, making his debut right now live here on HDNet.
Referee looked like he was ready to move in, and he does. Not enough action.
I tell you the one thing now, and that's what Nathan Coy is going to learn in professional MMA. It isn't collegiate wrestling anymore. The referees will stand him up and keep the action moving along, as Dave Hagen did.
Yeah, he didn't give him a lot of time down there. Credit Story with just tying him up so that he couldn't be active, couldn't strike.
Well, it's Ricky Story. I mean, here's a great example, too. This is his third professional fight, and quickly he has learned to be able to mix things up a little bit because he has shown some good intentions with his punching ability tonight and has landed some good, solid blows.
And Nathan Coy is breathing very heavily through his mouth. I haven't seen him slow down yet, but he definitely seems to be fatiguing.
Well, he's had to be on defense the whole time when he's on his feet and working hard on the ground again against an outstanding wrestler in his own right in the NAIA ranks in Ricky Story. So Story's probably not seeing anything that he hasn't before, even though he is facing a top-notch NCAA wrestler.
I like the idea of just hugging the head, keep him tight. At this point, I don't see Coy trying to pass the guard.
You wonder in the back of the mind right now of Nathan Coy, Jeff, though, if he knows he's got to get something going quickly here, because Dave Hagen has already shown in both rounds he doesn't wait around. He'll stand the fighters up.
Yeah, and also this time Coy came out ready to shoot. Comes the bomb drop. Nothing yet, going for a choke.
Trying to work that choke in now on Ricky Story. Story able to get away from the attempted arm bar. Coy very active now. This will be able to keep it on the ground a little longer as he comes in on the side. And delivers a punch along the way.
Coy doing a nice job. At least now he's trying to posture up. And he's in half guard, so he's got a little bit more freedom. Now this might get stopped again. Oh, not if we do that.
He's coming down with elbows, and quickly Dave Hagen warns him, though, about coming straight down with those elbows.
Vertical elbows are illegal. They have to have an arc that bisects the midline of the body.
Ricky Story on the bottom. He's the one that has controlled most of this fight, but this is the best that Nathan Coy has looked here in the second round.
And it seems as though this is where Coy wants to be. Look for him to be shooting if it gets stood up again.
Well, he's used a lot of energy, and Ricky Story is still hanging in there. He's already gotten out of a couple of submission attempts by Coy in this round.
There it is.
And they're going back on their feet. Dave Hagen doing a good job as usual. The third time that he stood these two primary wrestlers back up, even though Ricky Story has shown the better punching ability. The man in the black trunks, as round two is coming to an end.
And got to give that round. Story walking to the wrong corner. I don't know about that. But he didn't get stunned or anything.
No, I think it was just maybe a little anxiousness there, a little extra burst of energy. Let's take a look at this early one, and it was set up here. Story in a bad position. You know what's coming from Nathan Coy, and the crowd loved this.
He had a beautiful penetration shot, lifted him up, and delivered the coup de grace, slamming him to the canvas. And that is what I see Nathan Coy doing more of. He had success with two beautiful leg shots, being able to put Story down, and his ground and pound started to work.
Welts under both eyes of these fighters, as you see the work going on in their corners. And this third and final round is the decider, isn't it? 5 more minutes scheduled here in this fight.
Both fighters look fresh. They don't look tired. Coy must have just been breathing real hard at that point from a flurry.
Coy in his pro debut there in the red trunks. Ricky Story, a 1-1 record coming in. Misses with that wild uppercut. Standing up, this has been Story's fight.
And that's the punch that Coy likes to knock people out with, is that uppercut. See him set that up again. And Story not being able to get off. It's now Coy really bringing the fight to Story in the strikes. Nice shot
as
again.
He shoots in, sprawling out there is Coy. He's seen that before.
And this is going to be a better
the double leg. Oh, he's picked him up and get ready for slam number 2 coming
guillotine.
Oh, now
he's
jumped into Ricky Story's wheelhouse. Story trying for a guillotine. He's got the right arm in there. There's
and he's
the
still
slam.
got it.
There's the slam. Story's not letting go. Look at Coy. Look at Coy hanging in there. It's amazing.
He's going to try to drop him again.
Ricky Story is trying to choke out Coy. Coy will have none of it. Gets loose and slams him down.
The crowd's loving the Team Quest fighter. Nathan Coy avoiding a submission. Gives Story credit, though. He put it in tight.
I thought that Coy was in bad shape there. It looked like he jumped right into where Story wanted him to when he had that guillotine choke going.
I think they're going to restart him in the middle.
Now we'll see Coy go back to work here.
What a great fight. Each fighter had a run.
Two outstanding collegiate wrestlers. On the bottom is Ricky Story, great NAI wrestler. Nathan Coy, the 2-time All-American from Oregon State, making his pro debut. This is going to be a tough call unless there's a knockout or a submission.
Now, Coy doing a great job last round of being able to take down, get on top, and score. Here, once again, he gets on top.
Story giving up back.
Needs to score, though. Nice side mount. This is where he can strike from.
The one thing we haven't seen from Nathan Coy tonight, obviously great determination.
Comes a Kimura.
But we haven't seen the striking ability. Obviously, still plenty of time in his career for that to come. He's got to watch out there that Story doesn't get a heel hook at.
That or knee bar. Oh, it looks like he might have a shot at it. Nope.
Just over 2 minutes to go in this fight.
Story's got game. He's not giving up at all on bottom. Coy doing a great job of maintaining position.
Coy is dictating the tempo here, and now he moves into full mount. What kind of punching ability will we or can we see, or will he even be able to stay there long enough for that? As Story's trying to dictate things a little better from the bottom.
And here comes some good strikes.
Well, maybe.
Got a couple in there.
That's the one thing. If Coy, and again, this is a young guy. This is making his pro debut. If he gets better at this striking, he can be really tough. Of course, that guy named Matt Lindland can show him a lot of things.
Yeah, Lindland is really good.
Yeah, what a great example he is of a terrific, he's an Olympic medal wrestler who also has become a very good striker. I mean, one of the outstanding strikers. Meanwhile, Story giving up back here. A swing and a miss there by Coy.
And I think Coy now is in the lead in this third round. If it ends right now, I think Coy wins the fight.
Mouth guard out, by the way. Is that Story's that went out or Coy's?
I hope Story's is in because he's getting hit.
Story won that first round very strong in there. Coy has been coming back since.
And it's been his wrestling, the ability to take Story down and maintain top.
Nathan Coy fans cheering him on as he drops in an elbow.
You could drop more of those elbows.
Go guys, let's work. First call, action.
Story just trying to tie him up to get back to the feet.
Final seconds to this fight.
Oh, he stood him up with 10 seconds left. Watch for the haymaker from Story.
Story gets his mouthpiece back in, and that is the fight. That was it. Nathan Coy and Ricky Story. Very entertaining performances tonight as you look at Coy making his pro debut.
And we talked about it, Kenny. First round to Story based on strikes, but second and third on wrestling skills and ground and pound to Nathan Coy.
There you see in the third round here is Ricky Story, who had that guillotine on Coy, and Coy just hung in there and slammed him to the ground. Look at this. I thought the fight might be over right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's really got it. If he extended maybe a little bit more, and right there you saw Coy being able to pop his head out. That was just a few seconds. He was in it for almost 30 seconds. Tallying up the judges' cards.
It's not going to be easy. A lot of strikes, more strikes certainly landed by Story. Coy, though, got that ground game going and dictated the tempo throughout that third round. Well, the judges have made their decision, and their verdict's in the hands of ring announcer Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a unanimous decision as we send it to our judges. All three judges, Richmond, Behringer, and Campos, score this bout 29-28 for your winner. Fighting out of the red corner, Nathan Coy.
Nathan Coy, his pro debut, and he's 1-0 with the unanimous decision victory over a very game young pro himself in Ricky Story.
Yeah, and once Coy decided to use his strength, and that is his wrestling ability, he put Story on the ground and scored there the last two rounds. That was the difference in the fight.
And you can see as he works on developing some more of his game, what a great future we expect from Nathan Coy.